My roommate did something that really upset me. She used my personal vibrator without asking me first. I had no idea she even touched it. Now I'm not sure what to do. I'm still trying to process what happened, and I'm shocked. To understand the situation, here's some background information. My husband, 23, and I, 23, have been married for almost 5 years. We're proud homeowners. Our friend Amy, 21, who I've known since high school, moved in with us about a month ago. She was having problems with her family, so we offered her a place to stay. She brought her toddler, who I'm the godmother of. Amy said she'd only need to stay for about a month. Amy isn't independent and still acts immaturely. She relies on us for everything, using our groceries and household essentials without contributing. This has been tough on us financially, especially with the current economy. I've tried to talk to her about it calmly, but I hate conflict and tend to avoid it, which makes me feel like a pushover. This situation has caused a lot of tension between my husband and me, leading to frequent arguments. Meanwhile, Amy is rarely home, often out partying or staying with other guys. My husband and I have noticed some strange things happening in our home. Small items in our room have been moved around, and our bedroom door is often left open. Even though we always keep it closed for safety reasons and personal preference, we've also noticed that some of our hygiene items are missing from the bathroom. And to top it off, the house is usually a mess. We're tidy people who like our home a certain way, but we're understanding that having a child can make things challenging, so we've been flexible. However, these recent changes are concerning. So, my husband and I decided to install a camera in the kitchen that has a view of our bedroom door. We didn't tell Amy about it because, well, it's our home, and we wanted to figure out why things were being disturbed. Every day that Amy is home, the camera shows her entering our bedroom, but the angle doesn't allow us to see exactly what she's doing in there. I've mentioned to her that our bedroom door has been left open, and each time she denies going into our room or claims it was already open. Her responses make it clear that she's lying to me directly. Now, here's the main point of the story. Today, my husband called me and asked if I had sent Amy into our room for any reason or if I had asked her to get something from my nightstand. I said no. Then he told me to check the camera footage. When I did, I saw Amy entering our bedroom, going straight to my nightstand and then leaving. She was only in the room for less than 4 seconds and didn't look around. She just opened the door enough to squeeze through, opened the drawer the camera picked up the distinct sound of the old solid oak nightstand drawer opening, and then left. Next, Amy walked out of our bedroom with something hidden under her shirt. She seemed to know exactly what she was doing, like she had done it before. I felt a surge of anger and assumed she had stolen the cash I kept in my nightstand, but I had to wait until I got home from work to confirm. Just 15 minutes later, my husband called me again and told me to check the camera footage. What I saw made me even more upset. Amy was in the kitchen, rinsing my personal vibrator in the sink, drying it with the hand towel, and then returning to our bedroom to put it back. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm feeling utterly disgusted, shocked, and violated. I'm at a loss for words. And to make matters worse, just yesterday Amy found out she has a vaginal bacterial infection and was prescribed antibiotics. I have no idea how many times she's used my vibrator without my knowledge or consent, especially since she's been living with us for a month and we only installed the camera a couple of days ago. I've just visited urgent care to get tested, and I'm anxiously waiting for the results, which should be ready in a few days. I'm feeling stuck and unsure of what to do. On one hand, I don't want Amy to end up on the streets, but on the other hand, she's completely broken my trust. Her actions have put my health, my husband's health, and our relationship at risk, and she's shown herself to be really immature. I'm totally disgusted by the whole situation. I know I need to ask her to leave, but I'm not sure how to do it, especially since she's the mother of my godson. I don't see how I can ever have a normal friendship with her again. Please, I need some advice on how to handle this situation. Important note, I'm someone who avoids conflict and tends to be a people pleaser, aka a doormat. Also, we want to keep the camera a secret from Amy. We don't want her to know that we've been monitoring her actions. Considering my dislike for confrontation, I'm really struggling with how to address this situation and ask her to leave without revealing the camera. I need help figuring out a gentle yet firm approach to handle this difficult situation.
Story 2.
My wife, who's usually quiet and reserved, let loose, and had a blast at a wedding party. A couple of years ago, my wife and I attended a wedding. After the reception, we joined the group at a bar for an after party. When I went to get drinks, I returned to find my wife dancing drunkenly in front of her friend, who was sitting in a chair. The crowd started cheering and chanting lap dance. My wife played along, teasing everyone and slightly lifting her skirt as she danced. I was stunned because this was so unlike my wife. When I made my way to the other side, I saw several of her male friends gathering for a better view. Someone shouted, "Take it off," and to my shock, my wife quickly flipped up her skirt and pulled down her underwear, exposing herself to everyone on that side. I was amazed and almost lost my balance. We've been together for 20 years, and I've never seen her behave like this before. She kept dancing with her underwear around her ankles for a bit. Eventually, she pulled them up and said she needed to use the restroom. She returned about 10 minutes later, looking a bit flustered. I suggested it was time to head home. When we got back, she collapsed onto the bed, and I noticed she wasn't wearing any underwear again. Now, I have my doubts about what might have happened when she excused herself to the bathroom, but I can't be sure.
Story 3.
My brother's girlfriend doesn't like me. What should I do? Hi, I need some honest advice. I'm in a tricky situation, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. My older brother, he's 31, and I are very close. We had to rely on each other growing up because our childhood was tough. Recently, he started dating someone new. At first, I really liked her. But over time, things started to change. She began to insert herself into every aspect of our lives. It got to the point where I never saw my brother alone anymore. She was always there. This really started to bother me. Things took a turn for the worse when she said my brother and I couldn't watch our favorite TV show together anymore unless she was there. We'd been watching that show since I was 13, so it was a big deal for me. Then, they moved in together, and my brother told me about some really controlling behavior. She wouldn't let him take a bite of food at dinner until she had taken a bite first. She also wouldn't let him go upstairs to bed until she was ready to go too. If he did, she would freak out. And to make things even weirder, she would ask him who he was texting and how often we talked. It was like she didn't trust him at all. It's gotten to the point where she's really uncomfortable with my brother and me even talking to each other without her being there. Since they live far away, I hardly ever see my brother anymore, and we only talk a few times a week. We also occasionally chat on Teams, but she demanded that he show her all of our conversations. She even got upset when he wished me a happy birthday on social media. Things have just gotten worse and worse. And to top it all off, she's now accusing me of having romantic feelings for my own brother, which is just ridiculous. I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for over 5 years, so the idea that I have feelings for my brother is just absurd. I mean, come on, this isn't some kind of twisted fantasy world. But she's still making accusations. For example, I once messaged my brother about a new movie I'd seen, and she told him that I was being weird and that I should only message him about important stuff. She's controlling what we talk about, and if that's not enough, she even got mad at a family holiday because my brother stood next to me at a relative's house. She claimed that he was deliberately moving away from her and towards me, which is just ridiculous. I'm completely baffled by her behavior and can't figure out what I've done to make her feel this way. Honestly, I think she might be a narcissist. I know you're only hearing my side of the story, but I've tried my best to explain everything accurately. I'm confident that I haven't done anything to provoke her. What's interesting is that she's never said any of this to me directly. My brother has been the one to fill me in on her behavior. She comes across as shy and innocent on the surface, but I don't think she'd ever be brave enough to confront me about her issues. It's all very strange and frustrating.